Hey everybody. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a bit of a work vlog here as I kind of turn on some lights a little bit. It's around 8:06 on Friday, so yeah, I'm off on a Friday. Can you believe that? Well, I guess I don't know what's going on with my job and the scheduling at times lately. I do work this upcoming week, which is good, and I'm doing cashiering for tomorrow and for about 4.5 hours on Sunday. And then I'm doing carts clothing. I'm doing carts on Tuesday, basically closing on that. Then I'm off Wednesday, then I'm back doing carts from the morning to the late afternoon. And that's perfectly fine. Then I come in early the next morning, real early, and open with cashiering and do that until about mid-afternoon, early to mid-afternoon. And then I'm apparently, according to my schedule for the 27th to the 4th, I'm off. All that week. I mean, I asked, because here's the thing, I asked for the 4th off. I'm not going to deny that. I did ask for the 4th off, but, and I even asked my assistant manager if this was going to affect me, and he said, no, it's nothing like this should affect, They basically explained they were still working on it, they're still trying to figure it out. And then, of course, you got one of our managers, one of our co-store managers, basically saying they need to cut hours now. Just cut. And I can understand it's summertime, and of course during the summer you hire people on seasonally or wherever, and you have to cut hours on some of the established to give some of these people new chances and all that. And I get that. And I understand from a financial standpoint it's that way too, but to me, I'm like, look, I only asked for the 4th. Yeah, I asked for the 4th. Yeah, I asked for the 7th and the 8th and my birthday off. Which, is understandable because, and nobody wants to work on their birthday, right? So I asked for the 25th off. I asked for the 7th and the 8th off because I don't know what's happening there. But that there shouldn't interrupt any kind of work progress because because I should be able to work the Saturday and the Sunday before that, as well as the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday after that. I should be able to do that, but it's just so weird that, because my mom told me this has never happened when she used to work at Safeway and Lucky's. Nothing like this has happened. Well, you basically get, it seemingly looks like a whole week off. And yeah, they got the open shifts and everything to say, oh, these are the areas. But a majority of them are areas I don't know much about. Produce sales, apparel. It's like, I really don't know much about that. And then the other areas are like, you need to be a manager or have some kind of management experience to do them. Like zone managing in certain departments, this, that. It's just a whole freaking list of areas that I don't know. I don't know nothing about. Really, I don't. I mean, probably down the line I will, but I don't right now. It's just really weird, It's just really weird, and I'm glad to be back cashiering, and don't get me wrong about that. I'm glad to be back doing that again. I really am. I really am back. I really am glad to be back cashiering. Again, like I said, don't get me wrong about that. Hold on, but like I said, it's just weird to me that they're doing it this way. To me, it's just kind of weird that they're doing it this way because it's almost like it's almost like they just don't realize that the summer you need to work so you can have money. Now, I'm not saying it's totally going to affect me. I think it's just something going on right now to where it's like, okay, we know. I mean, you think that, with a lot of people asking for that whole week off, and don't think people aren't. But with people asking for that whole week off, saying, hey, we're going to be gone because we're going to be going on 4th of July vacation, don't think for a moment they shouldn't be thinking, oh, we're going to need all the help we can get. Because they will. They will need all the help they can get, but they don't think about that. And they don't think about that. And I know that my company's not the only company doing this possibly this summer, but it's weird, And like I said, I'm glad to be cashiering again. I'm doing a good job. True, I still get a few people here and there that, want to do this. They act like this, that act like that. But, some have been more courteous than others lately, so that's good. The one thing that kind of bothers me, well, not really bothers me, but kind of bothers my mom and anybody else, is why in the world would you bring your kids shopping with you late at night? They should be at home asleep. You should just wait till the next day. But hey, the way I look at it, I'm not the parents, neither is my mom. There's not really much we could say there. You know what I'm saying? It's not really much. But, it's almost like, what is going on here sometimes? And then, of course, and on top of this, like I told you before in a previous work vlog, it's like, what a week. I mentioned before that we had the fire this past Sunday, and then before that I saw this big accident occur off American Eagle and Sperry. And then, to top that all off, now suddenly, while I'm working, the store across the street gets robbed. Well, actually, the ATM there at the bank in the store across the street gets robbed. And it's like, what is wrong with people nowadays? Are they that desperate for money? And this is just part of a whole situation that's occurred over the past few weeks. We've had a pizza place get robbed. We've had a fast food place get robbed. What else? I can't think of anything else, but we've had tons of places getting robbed. And it's like, what is with people today, There's just a few places in the vicinity getting robbed, and it's like, what is with people? To me, it just doesn't make any sense, folks. It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, but like I said, we've had a decent week. I mean, so far I haven't had to deal with Sutton CSM yet, but I've got a feeling I'm going to deal with him tomorrow. But so far it's been good closing because basically I haven't had to deal with it. I've actually dealt with some people I actually work well with. So that's good. And hopefully it'll remain that way next week. Or this upcoming week. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe word is getting around that he's kind of, doing, I'm not saying it, but I think word's getting around that maybe he's, not doing as good a job as he should be doing, or doing it correctly. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is Saturday, so we'll see what happens. Of course, I cashier Sunday evening, so just like I said, it's unusual. It's an unusual schedule. And then, like I said, I do carts on the Tuesday and the Thursday, and then of course I cashier on Friday morning into Friday afternoon. So again, we'll just see what happens. But it's, to me, it's just weird that my schedule is like this. Now, unless they've changed it, they're still working on it, and unless they've changed it to where, okay, you're going to be able to work, but you need to choose. Okay, I can probably deal with that, but again, these are areas I don't know much of. I don't know much about the produce sales. I don't know much about apparel. I'm damn sure not doing nights. After what I've been hearing. Damn sure not doing nights, but again, it's just so weird, that this is happening in the way that it is. That, it's just weird that it's happening like that. It's weird that this schedule is happening the way it is now. I'm not saying it's going to be like this all the time, but it's like, I didn't get hired just for this to happen. And I'm told we're permanent. I was told, along with my other fellow hirees, that, hey, you're permanent. You're not going anywhere. So, yeah, okay, we're permanent. But this is very reminiscent to me of when I got hired at Home Depot years ago. I thought I was going to be okay there, and then they let me go because they have to cut hours. They have to cut costs. And it's like, what is the point of hiring somebody if you're not going to use them? You see, that's what I look at. Now, I'm grateful. I thank God I have this job. I'm very grateful, and I thank God I have this job. But what's the point of what's the point of allowing a store to finally hire people if you're not going to use them? You know what I'm saying? What is the point? There is no point. There's none. To me, it's just crazy. But we'll just have to see what happens. So that's all I'm going to say, folks, on this work vlog. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know if any of you have had these kind of experiences before. And I'll talk to you all later.